alien civilizations on the moon. I wonder if they've, been told to get off or stay over there or anything.
I don't know. Again, there's so many strange things out there in space. They keep finding, it's almost like a daily thing. They keep finding new black holes. What is the most scariest thing? A black hole could develop right in our neighborhood. Wouldn't that be scary? There might even be one out there that we can't see.
As far as that goes, because I've seen some scientists talk on black holes, they said a black hole as small as a grain of sand could just pretty much wipe out a lot of stuff. And I'm thinking, if you had a black hole the size of maybe an atom, maybe that's what's disappearing people, is floating around roguely and zapping people up. I don't know.
Well, that signal that's coming from space keeps coming, and it's like clockwork every 16 days.
Yep. Every 16 days. That's right. I reported something about that a few days ago, but that's amazing. And, when we sent that, remember in the 70s, we sent up that thing that had the picture of us on it with the gold record and all that. And I forget who said it. One of the scientists said maybe we shouldn't have sent that up there, giving them directions to our, to who, God knows who, to come here.
But you know who he was. I'm trying to think of his name now. I can't think of it.
Carl Sagan.
No, it wasn't Carl Sagan. It was the guy in the wheelchair. It just recently died.
Hawkins.
Steve Hawkins.
Yeah. Yep.
He's the one that said, that we are not very smart, basically, giving our address out. Because we're sitting here sending out radio waves and all this stuff. And he goes, we might not like who replies.
Yep. Stephen Hawking said that, and he's got a good point. I got to agree with him on that. We pretty much give them our DNA, what it looks like, directions to our home, and everything. I don't know if that was wise.
Well, hey, everybody, I live at such and such street. I got $5,000 hid underneath my mattress. Okay, I'm in a brown brick house with a 2-car garage with a tree next to it. I mean, I don't live on any of that, okay, so you can laugh. But what I'm saying is, that's what we're doing. You're giving the address away to where we're at. They're actually doing it. They're giving everything how to find Earth. Well, just because we're halfway passive, or are we, to sit there and give somebody the address, if you sat there, James, seriously, and got on Facebook and told everybody your address, how many people would be coming to your house that you don't want?
Oh, you're exactly right. And not only that, if you're giving pretty much, what if I give my DNA out there too, and all the crooks or cops that wanted to plant me somewhere, my DNA's somewhere, it's all bad. You're giving them out information that maybe you shouldn't give up, because not only the good ones see it, maybe the bad ones see it. And it's just like any other culture, or even right here, I would imagine. You don't want people seeing that. You're not going to go on the internet and give out all your information and say, here I am, come get me. Come visit.
I know they want to prove that life out there does exist. Okay? I know that's a number one priority to a lot of scientists, especially space scientists. But by God, you don't, if you give out your address, think about it. Not everybody's going to be friendly and come and give you, a little bouquet of flowers and a welcome candy and all that stuff, because they welcome you in the neighborhood. They might just want to take your neighborhood.
Sure. Yeah. Imagine if you're on a long space journey, Gary, with a bunch of your colleagues, and you're about out of food and other supplies, and you're at the crossroads where you either got to turn around or you're going to be lost in space and dead, and you're going to be hungry. And then, lo and behold, across your radio comes these signals. And you're looking at these signals, and you're looking at this record, and then your mouth starts watering, and you're getting happy because you know where you can go to get supplies.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or a job. How many times have I told you that we could be nothing more than a big supermarket, a farm?
many times. And zoo, I think you said a couple times.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, again, we get all these guests in, and they have all these different ideas about what aliens and ETs are. You get a group of them that says they're here to help us, okay, and then you get another group that says, well, you know what, they're evil. It tells me we're maybe dealing with a different bunch of ETs. Again, Whitley last night. He has totally changed from what he was saying 2 years ago. Now, the way it sounded last night, it might not even be ETs. It could be something else. It could be spiritual. It could be, who knows? What happens, though, after a while, if you can't figure out what is going on, the situation, then you just kind of go after what else can you do? The same thing with these people that, like Ron Moorhead, has changed his whole idea about Bigfoot. When you can't get an answer after a certain point of time trying to prove something, then you kind of go, well, hey, it's supernatural. I don't know.
Right. And, another aspect to this, Gary, is I do believe that many of these alien factions, and I know there's many of them, that they can put false memories in your head and erase memories. So who's to say they're not putting these memories in your head to make you think, oh, they're good and they're okay, when maybe the truth behold, they're not. Maybe they put these memories in your head to not expose them or to spread fear to other people.
Oh, that's what we've been saying the whole time. I just don't think they are what a lot of people think they are. That's all. But again,
right.
That's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. Gee.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that, these people saying that we live in a matrix or we're living in some type of civilization or something, I don't buy that either. I just can't buy that. In other words,
I don't buy them.
We're not real. We're not flesh and blood. We're just some type of whatever.
I don't buy the Matrix thing either. But I could be wrong. I would love for somebody to have hard data to prove that, yes, we live in a Matrix, or yes, we live in a place where there's walls around us and a ceiling in a giant box or whatever. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying in my life, in my world, the stats and the statistics and the data doesn't show that. I could be wrong.
Well, I am so confused because, again, ghost hunters, they come up with their theories about ghosts and hauntings and recordings and things like this. If we're in the Matrix, maybe that could be, but I don't know. I'm just really confused after all these years. I don't know. I just don't believe a lot of stuff I hear, but that's just me.
And that's the thing, and it seems like for every answer you get to the right, or you get another to the left, or from the positive or negative, or you get information and disinformation. It's hard to discern what is real and what isn't sometimes. I agree with you on that. It's hard.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know. I do feel that we are being visited. I got a funny feeling we are being visited by different species of humanoids. And that maybe some of them aren't friendly towards humans. They don't really care about us. They're here for their own thing, their own whatever they're doing. I do scratch my head because I do a lot of research on cattle mutilation, human mutilations, and I keep track of people that, claim that they have been abducted and had implants and stuff like this. What I can't understand is why would they have to keep doing this over and over and over? If we're smart enough now, we can actually start cloning. And you know that we have cloned more than a few sheep and a few other things. We just don't know about it because it's kept quiet. Who knows what is actually going on there? But do they need to come down and take a woman's eggs, or to, come and take sperm for a male? They don't need that. All they need is a piece of dead skin or anything that has DNA on it. I'm sure they're so far advanced with DNA, they can clone right off of that with no issue.
I seem to want to agree with you on that one, because if they're so advanced to get here from light years away, or from another dimension, or wherever it may be, they surely, like you just said, you make a good point. All they would need would be a piece of hair to be able to make a whole nother me, or one that has to tweak their DNA so their species can fit. They wouldn't have to haul us in and take a chance of them being injured or discovered every time they do it. That's why I think it's either they're here to use us to practice, maybe for food, and maybe they have to have some of our blood to sustain their existence being here. I don't know, but it goes beyond what you're right. I agree with what you're saying there.
Yeah, or maybe, we're just nothing more than a trophy to them. They come down here and they collect certain things. Maybe we're just we're a commodity.
I don't doubt the trophy part either, because if you look at what Terry Lovelace said, remember, he's in that big craft, and there's seeing all them people and the terror and the screaming, and he and his buddy were fortunate enough to come back, but some of the people didn't come back. So were they trophies?
I don't know, but could you imagine being on a craft, right, with all these people, and you hear the screaming? That would be so scary, especially you're standing there naked, right? And all these other people are naked. And if you're hearing people screaming in pain, you know something is going on. Evidently, from what I gathered, maybe I'm wrong, like Terry Lovelace was rejected because if for some reason, because otherwise he would have went back in space with those creatures when they took off, like with all those other people.
Yeah, that's just mind-blowing, because the thing is, all them people, you're on that conveyor belt. At the end of it, you're naked. You can't move nothing but your eyes, but you can hear hundreds of people screaming in terror as they're getting poked and prodded and terrorized. And at the end of that conveyor belt is the table that you're going to go on, and you're going to be the next one screaming and yelling and being terrorized. And as you're going along, you look over with your eyes, and you see in a bottle, a test tube, some kind of hybrid, and it opens its eyes and looks at you. Lord have mercy.
I know I'd be the first person off of that craft, but that's how I look at it. Like Terry Lovelace, they must reject people for some reasons. I don't know. Maybe they implant them without them realizing it, and they let them go, and the other people are being taken back. Who knows? Made in Soylent Green. I have no idea.
That's a good point. We just don't know. That's the horror of it. You don't know. You can only surmise these reports and mix in with the fact that we just don't know. But a lot of people out there know what's going on, but not the specifics. And that's a whole nother story. Like the military, they knew what was going on with him.
I tell you one thing. I don't want to find out firsthand.
Exactly. Me either.
Okay. Well, we need to go on break, and then after the break, you're going to be doing the news, and then we're going to have our guest on. We're going to be talking about his book, Into the Dimensions. I believe it's about E.T., and we're going to find out about that. So it's going to be a great show here tonight. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Check out our website, nightdreamstalkradio.com. If you want to email us, you can at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. We'll be back. Well, in about 8 minutes.
You and I, living in the strangest of times, on my hill, watching while the cities rise. From the cleft that we left, when the sun beat it down to the valley. Oh, living in the strangest of times, you and me, watching while the
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the world.